I'm studying clothing and textile production in a Nigerian university, and this fabric you can see right here was created using one of the techniques we were taught in school, aka Adire Eleko. Just kidding. It's called Adire Eleko. And I'm going to take you through the process of how I created that. So, the first thing I did was to create my pattern that I wanted to see on my fabric. So I was just cutting my straw board. I'm using a straw board. There are other things you can use to like create your stencil, but straw board is what we have that is most accessible, and that is what we're told to use in school. So I drew the pattern I wanted. I was going to use pencil and all those things, basically. So this is what I was creating initially at first. And let me put you on. I think Nataraj products are literally the best. I use Nataraj eraser. If I see their pencil, I am gonna buy 1 billion of it. Well, not technically, no. But you get what I'm trying to say? So I drew my pattern, and at a point, I had issues with my pattern. The thing broke halfway. The thing paid me because I spent hours creating this thing, drawing lines. I even had to like bring out my compass at a point, and I was drawing circle because the vision that I had in my head. When my lecturer sees it, she's gonna be like, it's plenty, President General among the nations, but it broke around here. So I had to use the other half of the straw ball that I created, that I cut out rather, to create a much more different one, a simpler pattern. So this time, when I was running this around this particular time was like maybe to 12 in the midnight. It was crazy. It was on a Saturday. I had only Sunday to dye my fabric and submit on Monday. The risk I take, I don't even understand though. So this is the simple pattern that eventually I came up with. So I wrapped it in sellotape because I was going to be adding, like starch to it. So if I don't wrap it in sellotape, the paper, the straw board is going to start peeling because it's like paper that is thick. Do you understand? So here I had created my paste. The paste consisted of amalala. You can use other things like flour and other things, to just for you to create a paste that would, resist dye on the areas you're applying it to on your fabric. So that's just the simple explanation to everything. The paste also included caustic soda and alum. So that's why it's looking yellowish, kind of. So here, I was applying, and when I was done, I was feeling it like, it's plenty. It wasn't exactly the pattern I wanted, if only the first stencil did not break. But then again, we move. But I one thing is, if you're, I don't know if anybody watching this video will be creating, this type of Adire Eleko, but if you're going to be working with caustic soda, yeah, I had caustic soda to it. If you're going to be adding caustic soda to anything you're doing, I beg wear glove. I did not wear glove, and I'm going to show you what my hand looked like when I was done. The thing eats inside my nail. Can you see those parts that look a little bit orange? My nail had raised up in those places, and it was really painful. It was so painful. I had to wash with detergent and also rub my hand with Vaseline before I slept. Then when I woke up the next morning, I spread it with the help of my friend, and this is my daughter. Let's hear what she has to say.
My mom is just I should what you do. What is it? I
Mhm.
love it.
The next thing I did after it was dry was to mix my chemicals. See, God is a miracle working God. Normally, this starch you're supposed to wait for like 3 4 days before the thing will be dry very well. But somehow, Amatan just happened overnight, and the thing was so dry by the time I would wake up in the morning. Something I did around to 12 midnight, and by next morning around 10, it was dry. I was so happy. See, God just knew that I was not fail because I had to submit this thing in school for my exam. So instead of writing actual exams, all these practicals were what we were to submit. So I mixed my dye, caustic, hydro, and every other thing I needed. Added my hot water. Now the dye I had at home was very small. I had to mix. I mixed black, I mixed red, I mixed blue. I got one weird ass looking shade of purple, but eventually it wasn't that bad at the end of the day. Here I was just dipping it inside water, And before the color will oxidize, it was giving green. If my material was even green, safe, should be for even make sense instead of that purple. Yeah, my daughter was the one behind the camera, so she told me to show the camera very well. So this is what it looked like. Then I allowed it to oxidize. Then it started turning purple. If you can see, the middle now is looking a little bit purplish. So this was the final color. And then I de-waxed it. Well, not de-waxed. I de-starched it, rinsed it multiple times to make sure that the dye residue was gone. And that was just the end of it. I don't know the score that I'm gonna get for this because I'm submitting in school. But whatever it is, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. The other one you can see is for my friend. I did not vlog for her. It's a pity, but she did quite well as well. But this thing, it showed that she gets small. We thank God. Thank you for watching.